Okay, presentation time. And before we go any further, of course, we'd like to thank the sponsors Castle Lager for all their sponsorship and support for this test series. I also think for those of us who are present and watch this live today, it's one of those test matches that we all dream about. And I think to witness a test match like this that goes so deep, I think it was a treat for us all, and I want to just say congratulations. I'm sure the crowd will agree. Congratulations to both the teams for their magnificent performance. There is a winner, of course, but both teams need to be congratulated. And what a test match. It was absolutely spectacular. Just want to introduce the dignitaries alongside me. Heinrich Stradum from KwaZulu-Natal Cricket, and also the Dolphins CEO. Heinrich, welcome. And also Zach, of course. Thank you, Zach. You're always welcome to the presentation. And I need to also give an update about the Sunfoil Education Trust. There is money donated for fours, sixes and also wickets. And the total for this match is 217,500 Rand. If I can please ask South African captain Faf du Plessis to come forward. Faf, I think before we start, a couple of questions, you'll agree, what a test match.
Incredible game of cricket. Obviously very disappointed being on the losing side, but yeah, to have it go down to 9 wickets and I think a 60-70 run partnership at the end is obviously great for the game of test cricket. The fans were, you could feel they were excited about it, and I suppose that's the kind of test matches you want to see as fans. So well played to Sri Lanka. I thought obviously Perera was unbelievable. To get 160 or 170 out of that score will take a Superman effort, so he deserves obviously all the accolades that will come to him after this game.
And if we break it down a little bit, yes, you lost the toss, but the start was far from ideal. 3 for 17, pretty smartly.
Yeah, that first hour, obviously the ball swung quite a bit, but I think in both innings, I mean, from a batting point of view, I thought we were under par with what we needed to do with the runs point of view. I thought we were 50 runs short in the first innings, and probably about another 30 or 50 runs in the second innings. All of that obviously adds up towards the runs toward the end. But yeah, our bowlers were very good over the last 2 days, apart from a special, as I said, a Superman effort with a bat from Perera.
Well played yourself, by the way, 35 and also 90 runs, so congratulations on your own performance. How did you lose 5 for 8 in that second dig?
It was strange, Hazy. We were batting at the time, myself and Vern, and the ball was pretty placid. Obviously, the wicket's very slow, making the ball quite soft. And I hit the ball into the paint just here on the crease, and then they changed it, which obviously you do, and then the ball just started swinging out of nowhere, and that's when that. As you could see, there was a lot of swing dismissals. Obviously, the spinner took 5 for, but the swing was what did us. But once again, something that we would pride ourselves on is to fight a little bit more from a wagging the tail perspective. There's 30, 40 runs there that we can do. There's not express space in the Sri Lankan bowling attack, so you'd want to hang around for a little bit. Disappointed we didn't, but still I thought 300 was enough on this wicket. And obviously great batting there, took it away from us right at the end.
How was your mind right towards the end there? You're one of those guys who's pretty calm. You look pretty calm, but inside, what's going on?
I think I'll be lying if I say there wasn't emotions going through me on the inside. So, what's the saying with a duck and the feet, legs underneath the water paddling? So probably a little bit of that. Yeah, difficult for a captain to try and tactically try and stay. Obviously, you want to protect the lead, and then you also understand that you want to try and bowl at the tail ender, and he played that beautifully. You know, whatever we tried, if we brought the field up, he still managed to get a one away or a boundary away. He just kept knocking away every over and every over. And towards the end, we got a few balls towards the tail ender, but unfortunately, a few plain misses there, which would have been nice if there was a little nick.
So some positives. Dale Steyn, of course, charging in again, proving his fitness. I mean, Dale's very close to what he was at his very best.
Brilliant bowling from Dale again, once again. I thought Kesh was brilliant. He was very unlucky today not to get a lot more wickets. Disappointed that we didn't have Vern this morning. Conditions-wise, it was perfect for him to bowl because he bowls that wicket to wicket and nips it around. So obviously that changed our bowling attack a little bit. I think Dwan especially is even more effective when you have someone like Vern bowling from the other end because he's at the stumps the whole day. But still, with the 3 seamers we had and Kesh in the tank, I would have backed my team to get the 10 wickets that we needed, or the 7 we needed to get today. And as I said, I do feel like we bowled well. You just got to give credit where it's due, and you know, we can go back and try and figure out where it went wrong and what we did wrong and what we could have done better. But to the end of the day, it was an amazing batting performance. So I've got to take my hat off to him. Very well played.
We're going to see you in PE with an improved performance. I'm sure you want to see that as captain.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, obviously it's disappointing because it's only a 2-match test series now, so there goes losing the series. But we will most certainly come back strongly.
Captain, thank you. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Azzy.
Faf du Spee, obviously disappointed, but as he said, what a test match. Absolutely magnificent. Okay, time for me to have a chat to the Sri Lankan captain, Dumut Karunaratne. If you can please come forward. Dumut. Skipper, how good was that?
That was really awesome game. We knew before we come here we have a good chance. It's we are playing in Durban and we have the early in 2012 also we won the one match in here. So we had a tough series in Australia, but we learned lots of things. So I thought boys will give their best in South Africa.
So your timing was really good because right now it's prime time in Sri Lanka. What will this mean to the people at home in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I think we lost the lots of matches last few years, so I think it will be a good game for us, even the Sri Lankan fans who all are looking to when we gonna win. I think this is the proud moment for us as a team, as a captain, and Sri Lanka as well. Winning in South Africa, it's a real proud moment.
Dumut, how were you feeling up in the change room? I mean, I guess the guys were not moving too much, sitting in the same places, I guess. How were you feeling as captain as the countdown was continuing?
Yeah, I think normally if you're doing well, we're sitting in the same places. We're not moving all of the places. But I think now you can see the dressing room is really happy, and that's what I want. Whatever the results is. But we need the boys keep going. Happy faces and enjoy their life. End of the day, I think we did really good job in here. I think result is good for us as well.
Now, Faf has said that you guys have got a new superhero. Kusal Perera's performance was just spectacular.
Yeah, I think he battled really well. He's the one of the most experienced guy in the side, and his 100 is remarkable. Getting 100 in South Africa, it's not easy against the top fast bowling attack. And even I think two debutant did really well. Good job. Osanda, he battled really well, and Amuldenia, he did really good job. I think that's what we need as a team. We have to play as a unit and give their best.
And also Fernando with his 8-4. I bet you can't wait to get to Port Elizabeth for the next test.
Yeah, I think Fernando did really good job here. He was, when we Suranga doesn't get wicket, but he hands up and took 8 wickets, and in the way he batted, he supported Kusal Perera really well, and that's what we want. Every time, keep going, keep doing the hard work, and not giving away, not give up. So that's what as a captain, that's what I'm expecting.
Keep smiling. We'll see you in PE.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Cheers.
Terrific performance from Sri Lanka. They can be extremely proud of the work that they did. Magnificent performance from the visitors. Now it's time to announce the Castle Lager man of the match as adjudicated by the SuperSport commentators. And of course that only goes to one man. Gentleman scored 51 in the first innings, 153 not out in the second innings. He batted for over 5 hours in the second dig. It was the highest score by a Sri Lankan in South Africa. If I can please ask Kusal Perera to come forward. Get the trophy from Heinrich Stradum. Kusal, sensational stuff. Congratulations. How are you feeling right at this moment?
Thank you very much. Still, I'm a bit tired now. I don't know what to say. Especially great effort as a team. Especially low order batsmen, they're giving me a good support. So in that time, I'll believe myself. So I did, and we did.
You'll wake up tomorrow morning and realise what a magnificent performance it was, and as I said, the highest score by Sri Lankan in South Africa. Nerves of steel. Were you getting nervous out there at all? It didn't look like it.
Still, I'm thinking I did something. I did my part. We are winning as a team. We did our homeworks recent past, so this is really special win for us. We did a lot of hard work in previous time, so we did that.
Outstanding performance, Kusal. Congratulations, well played, and you're the Castle Lager man of the match. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Terrific stuff. Okay, so Sri Lanka doing it at exactly the right time. As I said, it is prime time in Sri Lanka right now, and I'm sure the people in Sri Lanka thoroughly enjoyed this victory over a very powerful South African side. So they go 1-0 up at the moment, and we look forward to PE. That concludes the presentation.
What a test match between South Africa and Sri Lanka. Won the toss. Sri Lanka decided to bowl first, bowled well, 235. Sri Lanka 191, 259 South Africa. And then Sri Lanka, innings of a lifetime from Kusal Perera, 153 not out to take Sri Lanka to victory. They won by just 1 wicket. I tell you, so absorbing, so many twists and turns. Let's get a word then from the coaching staff of Sri Lanka. Here is Mike Hayes.
Yeah, thanks, Palm. I've got the head coach alongside me, Chandika, and let me start with you for starters. I mean, how are you feeling about this? I mean, this is just absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, I never involved or I never seen something like that. That's an outstanding effort. And
you're not the only one, by the way. Don't worry, you're not the only one. This is something special for all of us.
Yeah, that's right. I think this young team needed this kind of a win, and I mean, this is outstanding. This is we never saw it coming, but all credit to the boys. That's a really, really good effort by especially the youngsters who came into this team, and then KGP. I've never seen something like that.
John, how did you feel about that? I mean, how were you feeling up in the change? I'm going to ask you as well, Chandika. How are you feeling up in that change room?
At the end there,
yeah.
I would never say I got to the point where I was confident. Even when it was under 10, I was still thinking it only takes 1 ball, and Vishy was doing a great job, but wasn't looking 100% secure. But no, I mean, whenever KJ was on strike, I was feeling pretty good about it.
Now, you're the batting coach, of course, for the boys, but Vish Fernando, I mean, he batted for over 60 minutes. I mean, that's spectacular stuff for him to provide that sort of support for Kusal.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about his character. I think it says maybe quite a bit about the character of the team as well, the way some of the bowlers have hung in there in both innings when it's been pretty hairy stuff for them. Not what they're used to coming out of Colombo either. So, yeah. I think character, resolve, outstanding. His technique, well, I'm not going to take responsibility for that one yet.
Yet. No. We've noted yet. Righto, what about when those winning runs were scored? Janica, what was your reaction when that happened?
Yeah, I don't know. People are jumping over me and everyone going crazy. And I mean, they all deserve that. And they were like under pressure for a long time to get a win like this. So that's all credit to the boys, and they deserve.
The emotion from the guys in the middle told a real story.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, the young team, I mean, they fought really, really hard. And every day was for them to use a challenge, and they were hanging there. Every day we are coming in the morning saying that we are in the game. And then this is icing on the cake.
And as you know as well as I do, as I said, prime time back in Sri Lanka, gee, this would have done wonders for the spectators back home after what was a tough time in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. And this is, I mean, we had a really good start in this test match, the winning the toss, and young Vish were bowling really well.
Yep.
And then the second innings, Embuldenia, he bowled really, really well. And for someone to, like both of them, between them is 4 test matches, I think it's outstanding effort from the youngsters. And especially the partnership with DDS, 96 runs with KGP, and then Vishwa. I have no words.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Yes. What's it like, John, working with these guys? How are you finding that?
It's outstanding. It's great fun. It's a different culture, but I'm really enjoying doing that. And every day I think I'm probably getting a little bit more of an understanding of the way they work, what works for them, and they're maybe getting to understand me a bit better as well.
So let's just touch on that a little bit, because we've always talked as commentators about the fact that Sri Lanka are instinctive players. That's how they play the game, and that's when they're playing their best as well. So there's always going to be that flair, a bit like we see in the Caribbean, but it is a different style and their own brand. Is that something you have to try and curb from time to time, or are you just happy for the guys to go out there and do what they're normally doing? And what do you tell them to maybe make sure it works?
I think you have to, with any player, you have to understand that there's some great talent to work with, and all you're trying to do is channel it in the best way possible. I think for these guys, particularly the batsmen, they're coming to a situation where the pace bowling is aggressive and it's fast, and there is bounce in the pitches, which is not something that they see every day. So it's maybe adapting their games as best they can to, like I say, bouncier pitches and some proper aggressive bowling.
And you're familiar with, obviously, the surface here, so it's a great track. Well, the pitch was we gave it big raps.
Very good test pitch, I thought. Gave something to everybody all the way through. And a quality innings, an outstanding quality innings, has made the difference in the end.
And off to Port Elizabeth now, Coach. Second test. I bet you can't wait to get there and do pretty much the same. Obviously, the pressure is very much now in South Africa.
Yeah, that's right. They're number one team, and they're really a world-class attack. I know they're going to come very hard, and we are prepared for that. And we reached this challenge, and we understand that it's a challenge for us to playing here. But now we won 3 games in a row against South Africa. Yeah,
exactly. This venue last time when Rangana Harath got the 9 for and man of the match, of course. So in the test here.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm referring to the 2 matches back home, and we finished those 2 games as well.
Of course, quickly.
So it's in the middle. So we are ready for that.
John, you want to say something? Want to add something there? Okay, I can see you blokes. You want to get back to your team. I can see that. You want to get back to the boys and enjoy this victory, and so you should. Let me shake your hand, because that was really something special.
Thank you very much.
Terrific stuff, John.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks so much. Really good stuff. Really good. Really impressive stuff. And what a test match. It was spectacular. Okay, Pom, back upstairs to you.
Yeah, thanks, Hayes. And understandably, excited, happy coaches, happy coaching staff. 2 test matches, just the 2 test matches in this series against Sri Lanka. And you lose one, as you heard from Hayes there, then you're under pressure in the second one, because you must win. For South Africa, if they lose the series, they go 3rd from second. If they draw it, then everything stays the same for either side. So yes, some pressure on there. For now, though, what we must do is dwell on Sri Lanka and say congratulations to them. Russell Arnold, we sat here at the start of day number 4, and we said 221 to get, and 221 to get with 7 wickets, which many sides would look at and say we ought to get that. But for Sri Lanka, amid all the chaos and so forth that's been going on, different captain coming here, these dropped, those picked, it didn't look so simple to you, did it?
It certainly didn't. It certainly wasn't simple. And for Sri Lanka to turn around their fortunes, they needed someone to do something special to finish it off. Yes, you get 50s, 60s, 70s, just doesn't do it for you. And what did we get? We got an innings that we're never going to forget. Kusal Perera with 153, his highest score. The composure that he showed was really incredible. Coming into this test match, he took a very hard blow and retired. Was feeling dizzy while batting. Now, he's put that way behind him. The way he managed the innings, the options he used, even with the finish line in sight, he was so calm. And there was a time where he started trusting Vishwa Fernando as well, which was incredible for him to make those decisions under such pressure.
Robin Peterson and myself were talking about how things have gone in the test match, and particularly about Kusal Perera. 51 in the first innings, where he was in a similar position, and then kind of learned in one test to play an innings the second time. How impressive for you is that, for him to be able to get into the same situation and play it differently and well?
I think we've always heard about Kusal Perera and how he plays white ball cricket and playing all these fantastic knocks in white ball cricket, but to be able to turn it around from the first innings, from that 50, and we thought he gave it away pretty much. He gave it to South Africa. But the way to learn that quickly after only playing your 15th test match and do what he did and see the team across the line was fantastic. I mean, I don't think you're going to see a better test innings in a chase, or much better than that. It was well placed, the composure, the character to correct the wrongs from the first innings was fantastic. He was blocking Kagiso Rabada, even though the finish line was inside. And the shot to finish the game, that to me was just someone that was composed. So it was just one of the best innings I've ever been witnessed in Test cricket.
He was out of the test team, in fact. There were injuries, and he was only a part of the white ball team. This is only his second test match back. He was picked on the back of that white ball form.
The issue, I mean, you look at that, and Robin Peterson here talking about, in 15 test matches to play like that with such maturity. It's only the second time he's got past 100.
Yeah, that's in test cricket though, but if you look at the Sri Lankan setup, he's one of your main men. He's one of the more mature players. He's been around international cricket for 4-5 years, and he's someone we do trust. But I really didn't expect this from him here. Yes, something special, but he had to take it to a different level. So happy for him. I hope he now realizes what his ability, what he can really do. But I'm very sure this will rub off on the rest of the team. A lot of youngsters coming in. There's no doubt about the skill there. The mental space was the problem. They needed this, just the tonic.
Yeah, before we talk about everybody else and how the test has unfolded, how big is it for Sri Lanka that this victory is away from home in foreign conditions, Robin?
I don't know about Russell, but I haven't watched as much cricket, but this is surely going to rank up as one of Sri Lanka's best wins away from home. I mean, the way they did it, they were under pressure. Considering what's been happening in Sri Lankan cricket off the field, personnel changes in terms of squad selection. So to come away from home and beat South Africa that haven't lost the test series for 7 years really
series,
at home.
7 series in a row.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a magnificent effort. So they put themselves in a position now to not only draw the series, but to win the series, so fantastic effort. I can't praise them enough for this effort.
Yeah, utter chaos, no roles in place. They're just searching and searching. Their best players probably not here due to injury and everything else. Let's leave that aside and just look at a little bit of the numbers. They haven't gone past 200 in the last 6 test innings. In the last 20 times they batted in test cricket, they've gone past 300. Now this is only the third. So to do it in this situation, it's got to be the turning point. It's got to give them some belief and some energy to play better cricket and actually play to potential.
Let's shift backwards to the start of the test match. The thing that happens first up is that you win the toss, and on winning the toss everyone's going, ooh, okay, are you doing what you want to do, or are you doing what you'd rather the others didn't do, and so forth, because Sri Lanka battered and bruised from their previous tours and so forth. They bowl first, and there's a youngster who turns up, Fernando, left armour. They bowl well, don't they? And he seems another find.
No, absolutely fantastic. The skill levels, I mean, he's quick enough for left-arm bowlers. They don't have to be express. But the command of what he does with the ball, I think, is fantastic. He knows when he's running it across the left-hander. He knows when he's swinging it back. He bowls round the wicket and can challenge your stumps and outside edge. So the skill levels are fantastic. But let's go further to his batting. I mean, his batting was also superb this game in both innings. So, I really think Sri Lanka have a massive find here, and hopefully they look after this young man.
Here we have to go forward to his batting. Yeah, because they get bowled out for 191. But the bowled out for 191 gets them so much closer, doesn't it, Russell? And their qualities shown there by the lower order that you liked and continue to speak about.
Yeah, the fact that you want to hang in there. I did mention the failures of these few months, and all the teams, even England visiting Sri Lanka, they went to the short pitch stuff. That totally broke the rhythm, caught all the batsmen in betweens, whether to attack, whether to defend. You saw that here as well. So at least the tail was willing to hang in there and wear a few. So if the top order does that, you're going to be tiring the opposition, and you put yourself in a bit of a position where you can score a few more runs and maybe stay in the game a lot more. So that's what I did really enjoy from the newer guys who were batting deep in the innings.
Yeah, and I guess because of their grit, 44 was the deficit, but it could have been a whole lot without that grit. Shift forward a little bit, and some will look at the period and say, oh, South Africa didn't do X at a certain time. But the period where 5 wickets are lost for 28, and I like to give the credit to Sri Lanka because again their bowlers come into the game. Robin, speak about whether that is the period of the game in essence that has them having the chance to win it.
I think so. I think at that stage, if South Africa scored another 60, 70 runs, I think it would have been really tough for them to win. The belief would have gone out the window. I think when you chase just over 300, you know it's tough, but there's still a belief that, you know, if we have 1 or 2 good partnership, we could still get there. But the way the left-arm spinner and Buldenia bowled, fantastic. But I think in Test cricket, you cannot have a blowout session we talk about. So when you get blown away for 5 wickets, I'm not sure how many runs, about 28 runs, that's a blowout session in Test cricket. And when you have one of those, it takes so much more to come back and win the other session. So, and that's where South Africa, I feel, probably ended up on the wrong side of the result.
You must have been particularly pleased, Russell, because at this point, at the point where this suddenly happens, yes, there's a change of ball and all of that, but it looks like the game's going away. It looks like it's a matter of time and declaration.
South Africa had their best batsman in. Vernon Philander, we know he can bat, even though he's more of a bowler with Faf du Plessis in control. And the pitch was wearing. There was enough in the pitch for the spinners to use, so the 4th innings was going to be tough. So even at 250, a lead of 275, the ball was firmly in South Africa's court. And a very difficult situation for Sri Lanka to even lift themselves up. You've given away a lead, you're behind, how are you going to do it? All those thoughts. But they stuck to the basics. Everything to like about the way Buldenia bowls. He's got control, he's got the height, he's not afraid to flight it. Subtle variations in speed. I think he's a great find. Bowls a lot like Rangana Herath, and I really like what he brings to the team. So really impressed in that passage for them to keep hanging in there. That's what they did. They kept hanging in there till the very end.
Yeah, okay. So how much of a worry then, apart from the fact that you lose the game, of course, you don't want that. You don't want a scenario where you're losing games, particularly if you're South Africa and you've been going well generally at home. What else is there for them to worry about? What will they look at, particularly as they look back at this game and think, oh, we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want that?
I think this is just a bad game they've had as a batting unit. I think if they look back, 235 is as well as Sri Lanka bowled. You've got to set your stalls for 300, 350 if the conditions were like they were on day one. So I think South Africa will be disappointed with the way they batted collectively. There was some good batsmanship in terms of Faf du Plessis, Temba Bavuma and Quinton de Kock, but I think in general, as a collective they'd be disappointed and want to make that right in Port Elizabeth in the next Test match. So if they look back, that's where they'd analyse. And they didn't do much better in the second innings either. You know, they just got a little bit more than they did in the first innings. So definitely something to work on. Their batting's been good in the Sri Lankan series, so it's no panic stations. But
in the Pakistan series.
I mean, sorry, in the Pakistani series, but. Yeah, I think they'd be disappointed the way they went this game.
What about conditions? And I'm looking forward here as I think conditions here and what conditions there'll be in Port Elizabeth. Before the start of the series, many said, you know what, these 2 pitches will be to the liking of Sri Lanka. If there are 2 they could select to play on in South Africa, it would be them. Does that mean there's a difference in the way that they've got to approach it, South Africa going to Port Elizabeth?
No, I think they just got to expect similar conditions that they found here in Durban and how they're going to combat the left-arm spin of Buldenia and the skillfulness of Fernando up front. I think that's all they got to do and just try and get some runs on the ball and put Sri Lanka under pressure. Some runs on the board is crucial. They didn't do it that game. They bowled okay, I thought, but the runs on the board is what they missed this Test match.
So there will be a pitch. We won't be playing on the outfield.
No.
Even if they prepare green top, it will still offer the spinners something.
Well, I don't think Sri Lanka will ever play here again. Test match.
You don't think so?
3 Test matches, 2 wins. We have 2 wins in South Africa. This bouncy, and a draw.
Sri Lanka got to roll this up and take it abroad with them wherever they go. I think you're going to see their fortunes change abroad.
You sound like you're still batting. You do. You're going to join the celebrations, aren't you? At least you're going to go and say congratulations to the guys.
Yeah, congratulations, yes. There's a series to win now.
Yes, and that's fair enough. I know you say that cheekily, but there is a series to win. It is out there for Sri Lanka to win. If South Africa not on their mettle, then yes, they can get turned over again. That test match, the second one, begins on Thursday, the 21st of February, and we're on air at 9 o'clock. If you're in Port Elizabeth, turn up and have a look at these two sides do battle once again. If not, you'll catch us on the World of Champions on SuperSport 2. A lot of sport going on. Super Rugby has begun in earnest. A lot of matches going on. Saturday the 16th, 16:40, that'll be on. And then later on Saturday, the Jaguares against the Lions. Right, that's it. Congratulations to Russell. Commiserations to Robin. To all of you, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the drama of the test match. It certainly was a good one in that respect. From us at Kingsmead, see you next time. Goodbye. Sianamgela Etegwini, welcome to Durban, South Africa against Sri Lanka, and it comes to you from Kingsmead.
They've gone up this time, and up goes the finger. Hit that fine.
Glad to see that the sun's kind of peeped through. South Africa must try and stay alive in the game. They've got to hang on.
There's a shout from Stein, gone up.
Got him. Oh, wow, what a piece of fielding.
Big shout and give him.
A lovely day. You love your surfing, swimming in the sea and fishing. 170 ahead at the moment. This test match could be an interesting test match.
Oh, lovely.
Slap that away. That's a beautiful shot.
That could be gone. Yes, it is. It's inside edge, and unbelievably, on debut, Imbaldenia picks up his fifth. Very impressive with his 5 for 66. They have to chase down 303.
There's number one. Big booming drive from Tirimana.
304 to defend. You have to say South Africa are favourites.
Edged and gone. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's how it goes. Oh, it's out. Oh, big moment. Huge moment.
And there's the 100. 3 figures for Kusal Perera.
Oh boy, the Sri Lankans haven't given up. It's all been dismanned. 4 more runs required. He does it! He absolutely does it! One of the greatest innings you'll ever see from a Sri Lankan. He's got his team to victory. He's got 150. What a historical day here at Durban.
The atmosphere here is electric.
It's a lovely day. You love your surfing, swimming in the sea and fishing. You love your cricket. And if you want some action, turn up at Kingsmead. 170 ahead at the moment. We can't say that South Africa are well ahead and they are comfortable. This test match could be an interesting test match.
And that's a fine stroke. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That is a lovely cover drive. That's another good drive.
Oh, lovely.
It's been a disappointing morning if you are Sri Lanka, because you've gone off to the boundary quite a lot.
That's close and given. Gone.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Slap that away. That's a beautiful shot. That really is.
Oh, he's let that one go. Finger goes up.
That could be gone. Yes, it is. It's inside edge, and unbelievably, on debut, Imbaldenia picks up his fifth. Lasit Imbaldenia, he'll lead the team off, and and rightly so. On debut, very impressive with his 5 for 66. They've given themselves a chance. They have to chase down 303. It won't be easy.
There's number one. Big booming drive from Tirimana. It's Rapada with the breakthrough. Big shout from Vernon Phelan and the finger goes up.
Bang, bang. Sri Lanka hope they don't go bang, bang, bang.
They've gone up. The finger's gone up too. Short ball once again. Not played well at all. And Olivier into the running. Senamgela Ed Tegwini, welcome to Durban.
It's a bit warm, it's a bit humid, but it's beautiful.
South Africa against Sri Lanka, and it comes to you from Kingsmead.
Tails is the call, and it comes up tails.
We're going to be
They've gone up this time, and up goes the finger. Oh, they've gone up on that one. They quite like that, and they do decide to go upstairs. Oh, that's been called too late.
I don't think you're seeing Bolt was as quick as that 15 seconds. I'm sorry, that's dead.
Wow.
Those 15 seconds roll along too quickly for my liking.
Oh, that's a good catch.
That went straight in. If that is given not out, well, I'm walking back to the Caribbean.
Pull them! That's a beauty of a nut! Outstanding delivery!
Really has been a brilliant performance by Sri Lanka, and there is no doubt South Africa are very much on the back foot. And that's a nice shot.
Shot.
Oh, now that's interesting. Hit that fine.
He's hit that. He's hit that so well. Away it goes for 6.
Your captain wins the toss, inserts the opposition and says to you, we need wickets. Well, they got 10. Bowlers have done their job. 235 runs on the board. Now it's up to the batsmen.
It's a lovely day. You love your surfing, swimming in the sea and fishing. You love your cricket. And if you want some action, turn up at Kingsmead. 170 ahead at the moment. We can't say that South Africa are well ahead and they are comfortable. This test match could be an interesting test match.
And that's a fine stroke. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That is a lovely cover drive. That's another good drive.
Oh, lovely.
It's been a disappointing morning if you are Sri Lanka, because you've gone off to the boundary quite a lot.
That's close and given, gone.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Slap that away. That's a beautiful shot. That really is.
Oh, he's let that one go. Finger goes up.
That could be gone. Yes, it is. It's an inside edge, and unbelievably, on debut, Imbaldinia picks up his 5th. Lasith Imbaldinia, he'll lead the team off, and rightly so. On debut, very impressive with his 5 for 66. They've given themselves a chance. They have to chase down 303. It won't be easy.
There's number one. Big booming drive from Tirimana. It's Rapada with the breakthrough. Big shout from Vernon Phelan and the finger goes up.
Bang, bang. Sri Lanka hope they don't go bang, bang, bang.
They've gone up. finger's gone up too. Short ball once again, not played well at all, and Olivier into the running. Senamgela Ed Tegwini, welcome to Durban, South Africa against Sri Lanka, and it comes to you from Kingsmead.
They've gone up this time, and up goes the finger. Hit that fine.
Glad to see that the sun's kind of peeped through. South Africa must try and stay alive in the game. They've got to hang on.
There's a shout from Stein, gone up.
Got him. Oh, wow, what a piece of fielding.
Big shout and give him.
A lovely day. You love your surfing, swimming in the sea and fishing. 170 ahead at the moment. This test match could be an interesting test match.
Oh, lovely.
Slap that away. That's a beautiful shot.
That could be gone. Yes, it is. There's an inside edge, and unbelievably, on debut, Mbaldenia picks up his 5th. Very impressive with his 5 for 66. They have to chase down 303.
There's number 1. Big booming drive from Tirimana.
304 to defend. You have to say South Africa are favourites.
Edged and gone. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's how it goes. Oh, it's out. Oh, big moment. Huge moment.
And there's the 100. 3 figures for Kusal Perera.
Oh boy, the Sri Lankans haven't given up. It's all been this man. 4 more runs required. He does it! He absolutely does it! One of the greatest innings you'll ever see from a Sri Lankan. He's got his team to victory. He's got 150. What a historical day here at Durban.
The atmosphere here is electric.